Hello, welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel, everyone. My name is Emily. Today we are here on the Sussex lines, recently released, and we're here at Ford Station. We're driving this train with 387126 on its way from here at Ford all the way to Brighton on train 1 November 27, the 11:50 Southampton Central to Brighton service. It's a 387, it's one of the recently cascaded ones. This is a scenario made by me. It will be released shortly after shortly before this video come out, hopefully. We've got door closure. That was weird. Let's go. So, our start speed is 35. The barriers here drop very light, so pretend they're down, okay? There we go. Now that we're fully across, let's go up to 35. We need to be at 30 just after this bridge, but 35 is a good speed to go to, because then you can just... gives you a bit of extra burst of energy as far as I can tell. There we go, 30. As we round over the junction here, down that way, that is the line to Littlehampton. Yeah, I thought that was a junction here. I got panicked there. So this is Littlehampton coming into. That's it there. We don't visit on this line because obviously we're going across the top. So to show you a map of where we are in the world, that's Ford. That's Brighton. That's the East Coastway route, which is, I hope, coming soon based off the track layout here, which would be really cool. And that's the rest of the Brighton main line. I would love to get a connection from Kima to Lewes here. We're at 30 still going over these junctions. That's the line up towards London, well, one of them. The Arundel Valley line, I believe it is. There's a 65. We're a 4-car train today, so we don't have much time to wait until we can accelerate, but I'll give it a few beats and then we'll go into full power. I will also make sure that the game is on full audio, because I sometimes turn it down if I'm just working on stuff, like that. There's a friend coming the other way in the 377, one of the refurbished ones, because he's got that extra headlight there. That extra marker light, sorry. I'm not sure what it is. It's basically, as far as I understand, it's to give better lighting, like in the immediate forefoot. But yeah. In my head, I'm aiming for the 65, but I know there's a 70 post coming up. There we go. As we come over the junction here, as we swing over that junction at speed, 1 November 27. There we go. We're past the 70 now, so we can coast at 70. And we need to brake at the signal repeater. Just realised it's probably the first time we've driven a 387 for a route learning video. I'm sure I've driven a 377 before. Let's have a look at my my channel. And I know I've definitely driven a 378 quite recently, but I tend to go through phases where I'm like, third rail, yeah! And then, no, I'm fine. I panicked there for a second. I'm like, third rail, woo, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, do it, do it. And then I'm like, no. I need my OLE back for a while. Oh no, I've driven a 378 in, 387, sorry, in TSW. No, I'm braking. So this is I panicked there for a second. But that's my signal repeater here. So I'm going to go step 2. Then we select step 1, which is our correct. I'm actually going to stay in 2 because I'm a bit paranoid now. Go back to 1. We set to that lower level of deceleration. So you always slow down as much as you need to, but you obviously want to drive quite smoothly for the benefit of the punters. Yeah, I'm bucking it in a bit hard here. We go to step 1 for the stop, so it's not as much for jolt. There we go. And I did actually put the reg 2 release just as the count was stand there. So we stopped on a reducing brake. No, done 375. Have I done the full 377 though? That's the question. I don't think I have. I've spent more time on pre-Tauruses than I have on... Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we've done 318s more than we've done 377s. Full power. Oh, that's a good example here. So, oh no, I saw the landlight. I thought it was the wheel step light. The wheel step light's probably when traction send comes on. So you do still get some GX 387s on here. Yes, I just waved to the driver there. So you do still get some wheel steps, like you get a proper like chugs basically by the train. You do still get a bit of that, but not as much as you'd think. Yeah, we've done more on Vectrons than we have on 377s. Oh no, done 387 on South Wales, but I've never done a 377 by the looks of things. Which is a good thing in my opinion, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, it's a good thing. So we need to get back up to 70 and sit there. This is, again, to get 2 long segments here between Ford and Angmering and Worthing. But we need to, yeah. So today we're calling it Worthing. So next stop will be Worthing, Lancing, Shoreham, Southwark, or Southwick, I'm not sure, Portslade, Hove, and finally Brighton. Damn, bucking it a bit hard. There we go. We can coast for now, which should be in coast notch, yeah. Those barriers drop very late. So barriers should drop before we get the signals to let us through that section. That's the level. So because there will be a signal protecting each signal protecting each level crossing. That signal will not be released, or a road can't be set through until that signal's been proved clear, either by level crossing keeper, which are increasingly rare, or by a signaler checking CCTV cameras. I know from just getting messages, it's like when for example, if it's dark and the floodlights fail at the level crossing, and it's done through CCTV, trains have to be cautioned through the area, which means you stop at the signal and the signaller says, I can't check that our crossing is clear. Proceed at caution, which means you can stop within what you can see, and you go over the level crossing at like 5 miles an hour. Yeah. That is your tidbit you didn't need. .377. I've driven 377 for the channel. So this is Worthing turnbacks. So the turnbacks, well, West Worthing middle siding. I'm just going to go into the off position. But I'm going a bit hard again. I'm speeding there. I'm not going to reset the video for that. But, yeah. I'm just going to stick myself into notch 1 as we slow through, pass through West Worthing station. Probably a bit early. Actually, no, yeah, I'll give it a beat, and then I'm going to go back at notch 1 about now. I'll have to be a trainer drive soon. But yeah, I've just looking back at all the videos I've done, there's so many. You don't realise how old some of the content is that's in the game now. Yeah, I'm definitely a bit too slow there, but oh well. It happens. There's times you're booking it in. They look great. Those 377s. I've also just put a Yowie sound patch in them, or one sound patch in them from Sam T. I don't want to claim it was Yowie if in case it wasn't for now. But yeah, they sound different, and I actually think they sound better. Forgot to declare that earlier. Apologies for that, guys. Also, AP Sky and Clouds. How pretty is that sky? So of course they've done a 360 pan, like that. And you know how you can tell it's a 360 pan? Because you look straight up, it's dodgy as hell. Whoop, this guy's gone concave on us. Because it's obviously probably shot from sort of this, maybe this level of altitude. So you got like a... And it just warps the sky into that. But very few of us drive trains like this. So it is absolutely great still. Full power, see if we can get some slip. So that's West Worthing we're departing. Our next stop, so Worthing we're departing, our next stop is Lancing in 2.3 miles. And my braking reference point in my head is Lima Golf 18 signal. So hopefully you guys had a good day. Mine was actually pretty okay. I did my day at work, so basically I had 3 days off, 1 day in, 3 days off. And that's about the work rate, like the ratio of work I like to be at, to be fair. But anyway, I did that, so I had a little 6-hour day today. Up to Edinburgh, back home. Got off, and it was just a chill day out, basically, because it's January, so there's always a little bit of a slump in early January. And it's cold, so no one's to travel, including us. It's all just train crew going, it's so fucking cold. We don't want to go. And I was about a day late ordering my jumper, so my jumper hasn't come. So basically, we just got recently approved to be allowed to wear jumpers at work. And one of the managers just sent out a thing of, this is how you should wear your jumpers professionally. And I'm like, thanks, manager name here. Can I have a jumper before you send me that, though? It is bloody cold on those trains. Because the thing is, obviously the doors can be closed, and they close on a timer, but they don't close very quickly. I also need to submit like a thing. Sounds pedantic as whoops. Sounds pedantic as fuck, but I promise it's not. Basically one of our sort of things they want us to do is at every station get off the train and be there to sort of greet customers. Fine. However, when you're going from an environment that's 25 degrees to an environment that's 0, back to an environment that's 25, I had a cold recently. I've still got it now, and I blame the trains for that. That's all I can say, really. Do 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 do. Yeah, I slowed down way too soon here. I was concerned about wheel rail adhesion in the Lancing area after experiencing slip and slide on previous journeys. Even with my blocked nose, I can smell that. And I know you guys can't because that's not how YouTube works. But what can I smell? Bullshit. Step one. Also, sorry about that. That was my pot of dishes I really should take and wash. Yeah. Do you actually, in my head, that sounds more like what a 387 sounds like, if that makes sense, in the original AP. Certainly a 387. I can't really comment on 377s because I've got very little comparative track mileage on them. But I know what these sound like pulling at the station. Because I spend a lot of time in a station they formerly pulled into a lot. Insta-door release. Also, a fully platform. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no stop markers here other than the markers for. Ignore that milk bottle. I don't have all the requirements for this route. Full power. So traction sounds kick in. That's because we're thrashing it too hard. Notch 2 is a good place to start. Notch 3. How do we feel about that? There we go. Notch 3 is what we're going to go into. So remember, if you experience wheel slip during acceleration, you reduce power. If you experience wheel slip during braking, you leave it in place and let the train sort itself out. Showroom is our next stop in 2.5-ish miles. Go full power now. Up to 70. Some sports ground over there. I do love the West Coastway. East Coastway is a good route to have in TSW now, and I do want to cover it because I've not done a proper route learner on that yet. I did like little ones, just 'cause I couldn't. So my problem with a lot of Train Sim World stuff is I worked on it, and therefore I can't tolerate playing it. Because I'm far too used to it. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'll go step 2 here, just out of sheer unadulterated paranoia. Obviously, it does depend on your TOC's guide, like driving instructions. Some will say, yeah, smash in step 2, because like 319s, that's how you drive them. You know, the 319, if you put it in step 1, it takes it's a suggestion that you might like to slow down a bit. It actually doesn't do anything. On one of these, step 1, you get a decent, okay, it's not a rapid deceleration, but something happens, right? Like, that's the level of, like, yes, but. There we go, so that's our station. We're at 30. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Still got a ton of routes I need to cover, to be fair, on the Southeastern network. I'm not sure if that horn's been changed. We have to check this website, aren't I? So no, with the stop markers at this station, it does stick you right at the end on a 4 car. And as we come to a stand, the CDR releases. So the website is samtsm.co.uk. The enhancement I'm using is for the 375. It's by Sam T. My sincerest apologies. 375, 377. So, features. Separate motor sounds for the exterior, cabin passenger sounds. Yep. So it is X new sounds, but there's no updates to 387s. Good to note. And away we go. So we go up to 60 today. And it's at the next signal, so the signal in the distance you see there, is we're going to take our brake application. It's interesting that they do actually have Thameslink stop markers fitted along here. As far as I'm aware, Thameslink doesn't run down here. It might be like a route they were planning to do at some point as part of like Thameslink Goes Everywhere project. Fight me, that's what it's called. But yeah. So I know they were at one point. So I was friends with a guy who used to drive for Southeastern. No, it's not Richard. Um, who was saying he was Ashford based, and he was saying that basically at one point Ashford drivers for Southeastern were going to be used to route conduct Thameslink drivers to Ashford. And it is this kink here. Give that a blast. See the 377 coming around the corner at us there? With great power and aggression. Move to our colleague on the little 3 car. Which one? But yeah, I do recommend Sam T's stuff in general. It is very good. It just sort of, yeah. Best way I can describe it is it just adds a little bit, like it adds a little bit of je ne sais quoi to it. You know, je ne sais quoi, which we are of course fans of. Just enjoying the sounds. I set the DSD just for this. So I do want to give like a nice thrashy loud pull away. Well, as thrashy as you can get with an electric train. I don't believe you guys actually get these sounds as well as I do, but they are pretty good. There we go. So, in the cab, we are just going to keep accelerating. That, of course, was Southwark. Our next stop is Portslade. Again, our theoretical speed limit through here is 70. We're not going to achieve that today, though. Step one. That should be about right, actually. You see, even though when it's just in step one, we do actually get a decent level of deceleration. You know, Clark must be one of the little Hampton services. So there's trains on this line that come down from Victoria and turn off the main line at Preston Park and continue to Littlehampton. One day when I've got enough Skittles in me and enough caffeine, I may end up doing like a Littlehampton scenario. Coffee, Wheel of Arnie. So we're pulling away now. Let's just check our little notes here. Shoreham, Southwark, Portslade. Next stop is Hove, 1.4 miles. Now, the fact that we are picking these up, what does that indicate to me? So we've got a double amber. Double amber means a single amber is next. Now, the red will be the signal at the end of Hove Station. So it's just making us aware, basically, that we're planning to stop in Hove, but there's a red at the end of Hove, so we're stopping for the signal, not for the station. So, yeah, single amber. So it will be a red there, which is fine. We'll get up to 70 and then, well, stuff like, there we go. I'll start breaking. I'm paranoid now. I'm really near the end of the video and I don't have to refilm it. I've waffled my way through and I can't waffle this much again. As we arrive into Hove in Brighton. $60 posts, locos, units in the siding. 25, and I want to get below, I want to be 14 over the magnets, we'll say. I'm just going to stop. Oh yeah, signal's pulled off. So yeah, it must have effectively. Okay, so bit of lore, because I made the scenario, I can tell you what the idea was. What was the big idea? Scoobity boobity. The big idea was this signal protects this junction here, Hove Junction. So the plan was, because we just had that little Hampton, the idea is the signal is a bit not on the ball and basically hasn't reset us yet, or hasn't set the road for us yet. So that's why there's a signal already at the end, but obviously it doesn't affect us in any way, but it just means you see some adverse signals which you wouldn't otherwise experience. Getting the doors closed and we get out of here. Wave to our colleague there as we accelerate away. Now we are going to get pretty close to 60 and then basically take a break application down to 20. When we sight the single amber, which is the signal protecting the station, yeah. You know what? No. Because yeah, basically the 20 is right next to it. So just stay 30 miles. Oh, yeah, 30 above. No, it's not. It's on the curve behind it. My apologies. No, I'm going to be paranoid. I'm going to slow down now. No, you're right. It's on the signal behind. My apologies again. I'm useless, apparently. So we're slowing off. What's that AWS magnet for? There's going to be a signal just... Yep. Good job I slowed off there. Oh no, we've got a single been cleared into the station. Platform 2. Horrifically sighted that signal. And 20-mile-an-hour post behind it, which is in the shrubbery. We've got Southern in town. Obviously, so this is Lovers Walk depot that we're approaching from this side. And this is the fabulous Brighton station. There is some sort of foot crossing here. This might be a P-way access point, I don't know. P-way standing, of course, for permanent way. Which is guys who fix the trains in front. Oh, sorry, the track, not the trains. Strip my windows since we're leaving the train here. Love Brighton. It is one of those stations I'd love to visit, and I may actually be visiting it soon. Got a couple of little journeys coming up. Guards making their announcement, everyone's getting up, the train's shaking because everyone's moving around trying to get to the door. And we'll just pull it up to here. I just want the top of the signal to disappear under the nose. There we go. Release the doors on the left. I want to shut my cab off because we're terminating. We'll deregister the GSMR. And we'll just leave it set to Brighton for now. But there you have it, folks. That is going to do it for today's YouTube video. I really hope you enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed that too. Hopefully, like I say, hopefully we'll see you guys in a future video. Until then, bye.